skin reactivity test. That was also preclinical study. Which is generally you can say whenever we will launch any dermatological products, that time that test should be carried out on the animals and preferably on the rabbits it was taken, and those who have attended they must know what was the protocol process. Before starting the topic like Form D application for permission for animal experiments, so we must know the what is by pharmacological study, what is by preclinical study, what is by clinical study, what is the difference between clinical and preclinical study. In your degree, obviously you have gone through the definitions of the preclinical pharmacology and the clinical pharmacology. So, what is the basic difference between clinical pharmacology and preclinical pharmacology? Can anyone able to tell me? Most of you have GPAT qualified, as well as all of you did degree in pharmacy. So you must know that at least the subject in your first year HEP is there, second year Patho, third year pharmacology, fourth year pharmacology. So this is the main thing you must know. What is the difference between clinical and preclinical pharmacology? Very small difference is there. Clinical pharmacology is related with the studies which are carried out on the human being. And the preclinical pharmacology is the study which is carried out on the animals. Again, preclinical, it is divided into three classes: in vivo study, in vitro study, and in silico method. Nowadays, in silico method is also applied to study the any effect of the drug. So, what is the difference between these three? In vivo means we have to induce the drug to the animal and find out the what will be the parameters, biochemical parameters like blood sugar level, cholesterol, triglyceride, or any other activity like anti-diabetic activity, anti-psoriatic activity, anti-inflammatory activity. We are going to see the changes in the animal body, and that is nothing but the in vivo. Inside the body, we are giving the drugs, and we are going to find out what will be the effect of that test. In vitro, generally outside the body, we will take the sample in the test tube or the petri dish, and we will find out what will be the effect of our drug. That is in vitro. In silico, computerized simulations are there, and accordingly we will find out the activity of our drug. You know, in our degree nowadays the animal use is banned. So computer simulations are only, preferably the demos are given to you for any activity like effect of drugs on the isolated tissue. So this is the basic difference between preclinical and clinical pharmacology. So where it is needed? Form B. Most of you have heard first time what is by Form B. Why it is to be needed. So whenever we will plan any animal study, either you are from physics department, biology department, chemistry department, or any other QA, everyone having its own idea. Whenever you will start your project, you are thinking about what kind of the final our assumption will be there and what we have to be find out from that test. So accordingly we will make a protocol. Chemistry will synthesize the product, or our pharmacology students taking any herbal product and find out the chemical constituents from that herbal product, and we will plan for the animals. So up to this, this is okay. In your synopsis or whatever the outline of the work you are mentioning, we have to conduct the animal study. But before starting any animal study, you have to take the permission for conducting the experiments on the animals. And the higher authority, or the you can say the regulatory body which is responsible for any small animal or the large animal practicals or the any experiments conducted in the industry, organization, academic purpose, basic research purpose, whatever it may be, which is controlled by this committee. And previously this is CPCAC, nowadays it is called as a CCAC. So Committee for the Purpose of Control and Supervision of Experiments on Animals. This is the full form of CPCAC, which controls the whatever the animals, you know, animals are also having the same feelings like human being. They should be handled as like human being. It is not like that. This is animal and we will hold as we like, or animal is you can say struggling whenever you are handling the animal. So this is not good thing. To avoid these things, to avoid the cruelty to the animals, this committee plays an important. Understand? Now the name nomenclature is like that: Committee for the Control and Supervision of Experiments on Animals. Only purpose is removed, and from last year it is known as the CCAC. So previously what happens, if you know, on human beings also few of the trials are carried out during the wars. So they were used as a animals and treated as an animal to find out the any effect of the drug or any anesthetic agent activity. So that same thing with the animals was also carried out previously. But due to this committee, what happens? Animals will be handled with the care. So this is the statutory body formed by the Act of the Indian Parliament under the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. In multiple choice question in pharmacology paper, the question may be asked: which act is responsible for the prevention of the cruelty to the animals? So that is Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960, and it is formed in 1964, revived in the 1998 with the chairmanship of the Maneka Gandhi, and previously headquarters is at the Chennai, now it is at the Delhi. Understood? Includes various guidelines and subcommittees. Now the question in your mind: what kind of the subcommittees are to be taken? Whenever you will make any protocol, suppose you have prepared the protocol, you have to submit the protocol in the Form B to the Institutional Animal Ethics Committee. Institutional Animal Ethics Committee, which is having nominated members by CCACA as well as the few of the nominated members from our institute, where the animal study will be conducted. That part also we will cover. Now see, what is the purpose of this CPCAC or the CCAC? Because what happens when we plan any study, we are planning with the higher number of animals, like control, test, understand, and standard. Whenever you will conduct any preclinical study, our test drug, suppose our test drug is having anti-diabetic activity, we are assume that the drug will show anti-diabetic activity. We have planned for to conduct the anti-diabetic activity. For that purpose, what we will do? First thing, we have to induce the diabetes to the animal. Understand? So this is your treated group. Control group will keep as it is, and whatever the solution, whatever the you can say vehicle you are using to make your test solution, that will be given to the control group. And the test, your methanoic extract or ethanolic extract, whatever it will be, the test groups are to be there. And in chemistry, according to your structures or whatever will be there, the products are there, take to your products, you will make the different groups. So in that three parts are there: control, standard, and test. Understood? So we will make a protocol with the number of animals required, and the purpose of this committee, IAC. Generally in our MPharm we are using the small laboratory animals. We are not going for the large animals. So rat, mice, guinea pig, max to max up to rabbit, we are going to study the drug on these animals. So once we have decided we have to make the protocol, we will fill up the Form B in which the number of animals are given. That also we will discuss in detail. What is Form B, how it is to be filled. But after submission of the protocol, within whenever the IAC meeting was planned, before 15 days we have to send the protocols to the all committee members. They will go thoroughly with this protocol. They will find out. Their intention is only there. They are going to use these 3R principles. 3R principles means first one is reduce the number of animals. If in your any department same study is to be there, so control will be same. If 2 or 3 students are doing anti-diabetic activity, so control will be the same. Because in control either we will give the vehicle or we will give the normal subject. So obviously if 3 students are there, the 6 plus 6 plus 6, instead of 18 only 6 animals will be. Understood? So first one is a reduce. Second one is a reuse. Suppose within 15 days one study is carried out, and we will give the washout period for that animals. Again we can use that animals. If it is, there will be no surgical procedure, there will be no anesthesia, there will be no sacrification of the animals. We can able to reuse the animals. That is the second one. Third one, rehabilitation. Once your study is over, further study is not to be there. We have to keep the animal in a well-maintained condition. Another fourth R is also there, replacement. If you are having antioxidant activity, in vitro study is also available. Understood? And in vivo study is also available. So we will prefer in vitro study. That is the replacement of your method. So these 4 R's are taken into consideration whenever your protocol is finalized. Understood? This is the main function of this IAC and CPCAC. Another question in your mind: what is the role of this IAC? What is the role of this CCAC? IAC, the main nominee which is nominated, he is having rights to sanction the protocol for small laboratory animals on his level, institute level, you can say. And if large animals are used, the protocol will be sent to the CCAC for the approval. First IAC, then CCAC. The committee is, what will be the composition of this CCAC? The committee is composed of members of the scientific community, obviously, because it is a scientific study. So scientific persons will be included in the committee. Then regulatory authorities, nominated members of the CCAC. Animal activists means veterinarians, those who are having good hand in the animal study, those who are well known about the animal studies, these members will be added. The committee has 10 experts and 3 official members. So total 13 members are there with the CCAC. Next one, who control all these activities? The Ministry of Environment and Forest, Animal Welfare, under that CCAC, then Institutional Animal Ethics Committee, IBSC and IBC. So that we know. Committee for the purpose of control of supervision of experiments on the animals, Institutional Animal Ethics Committee, then Institutional Biosafety Ethical Committee, which is responsible for the, if you are using any biohazardous material, so that suppose any anti-cancer agent you are going to use, which is harmful to our body. So for that purpose you have to take, or radiations you are using. For that purpose you have to take the permission for this IBSC and IBC. So these are the mainly you can say the regulatory authorities which are responsible to give permission to conduct any pre-clinical studies. What is the composition of Institutional Animal Ethics Committee? It is at the institutional level, but the members, mainly the main nominee, lead nominee, social aware nominee and scientists from outside, is nominated by the CCAC. We have to apply for the registration for animal house facility. Once according to their norms, we have to fill up the form, we have to submit the form, then they will give a proper registration number to that specific organization or the institute. After that, the inspection will be carried out by the CCAC appointed nominee inspector. They will inspect, they will report to the CCAC according to the requirement the facilities are there or not before the procurement of the animals. Once it is approved, then CCAC revise or review all the reports submitted by the inspector. Then permission is granted and we will get that CPCAC or CCAC registration. After that, the committee, we will send the whatever the requirement of the internal members. Accordingly, we will select the internal members under the, you can say that rights are given to the member secretary, the nominated member secretary by the institution or the HOD or the principal of our college work as a member secretary, and we will select the another members which are required as per the norms from our institute, and 4 will be nominated by the CCAC. Likewise, this is the constitution of the IAC. So in which a biological scientist, 2 scientists from different biodisciplines, a veterinarian involved in care of animals, this is internal members, then scientist in charge of animal hospitals. All these 1, 2, 3 and 2, 5. 5 members are nominated by institutes. And remaining, I have told you, link nominee and social level nominee are nominated by the main nominee, link nominee, scientists from outside, and social level nominee nominated by the CCS. So this is the composition of IAC. Understood? Then, what are the goals? To promote the human care of animals used in research, and in short, we have to handle the animal with the care, proper care. To provide specifications that will enhance animal well-being and qualify of research. So whatever the facilities as per norms we have to provide to the animals. For example, AC should be provided, 12-hour dark and light cycle will be provided, proper care should be taken, paddy husk will be changed after 2 to 3 days. Animal feed will be as per requirement, whatever the composition, normal composition of the animal feed, protein, carbohydrate, fats, whatever will be the percentage, accordingly that animal feed should be provided to that specific animals. All these things are given in the CPCC guidelines. If we will go to the website of the CCAC, you will find all the things. Every format is given. Format for the large animal study, small animal study, Form B application, then format for the registration for new animal house facility and veterinary care of the animals. Every information is given on that website. So objective is that effective functioning of institutional animal ethical framework. So it should be real. This is not like that we have submitted the protocol and it is sanctioned. So actually the committee conducts the meeting, biannual meeting is conducted, and in that meeting the protocol will be scrutinized, revised, and according to that the committee gives suggestions what kind of changes to be required in your protocol. According to that, what kind of changes to be carried out in that protocol, that committee suggests, and we have to make the changes and submit the protocol again to the institutional animal ethics. So that is nothing but the effective functioning of institutional animal ethical framework. Now we will start with the main topic of our today's science fair session, that is Form B application. Previously it was in the part 2, it was mentioned, now it is mentioned as a section 1 and section 2. Simple. So what is the first point? Name and address of establishment. Means from which college you are applying, where the animal study is carried out, that establishment of that animal house you have to the name. For example, our college name is St. John Institute of Pharmacy and Research. You have to mention the full address. This is not like that. AJIPR, Palina. No one knows, everyone doesn't know AJIPR. What kind of mistake we have seen whenever you will submit the protocol? You are submitting like AJIPR. So this is not the way to write down the proposal or the protocol in the format of the form. So full address you have to mention. Then obviously we have animal house facility, because of that we have received the permission to conduct the animal experiment. There is a IAC or registration number is to be given. So we have to mention the registration number and date of registration of that animal house facility where we are going to conduct the animals. So our registration number is 2260/PO/RE/S/23/CCACA dated 29 September 2020. See, here is the CCACA. Previously it was CPCACA. Name, address and registration number of breeder from which animals are. Before submitting the protocol, we have to decide from where we will procure the animals. We have to find out whatever the name we are giving, either it is Lakshmi Biofarm, either it is TIFR, either it is Hopkins, either it is you can say the Bombay Veterinary College. It is mentioned in the registered animal house facility. It is mentioned in the CPCACA list or the CCACA list. That we have to confirm, and then we have to put that registration number and the address of that specific animal house facility from where we are procuring the animals. Either they were having commercial, you can say the license or not. That things we have to, and also we have to ask to that specific facility or that person who is providing animals to us. They have to provide the animal health care certificates regarding the animal physiology, status of the animal, species, everything should be mentioned in that certificate. And then we have to choose the specific, you can say the organization from we will get the or we will procure the animals, and also mention their registration number. Understood? Then next one, place where the animals are presently kept or proposed to be kept. So obviously in our animal house facility we will keep the animals. We have to give the address of our college. We can write down as the animal house facility, St. John Institute of Pharmacy and Research College. Full address we have to give. Next one, place where the experiment is to be performed. So in our animal house facility we are having experimental areas, quarantine area, experimental area, then animal holding area, dirty area, washout area. All these areas will be required. We have full animals on our house facility in our college itself. So we will give the name of our college. Animal house facility, St. John Institute of Pharmacy and Research College. Then date and duration of an experiment. So here most of the time we are having confusion. What will be the specific date we have to? So we are proposing to procure the animals. We have not procured the animals. So we know within 2 months, 3 months when we will get the animals. Because some procedures are there. If you need any financial help or if you need any sanctioning from the organization, so institute, for that it is required some time of period. Accordingly, you have to mention that you can say the date and duration of an experiment. So December 23, you can write down February 23. Duration, if you feel it requires 6 months, you can write down 6 months. If you feel it requires 1 year, you can write down 1 year. So most probably you have to give more time period. If you have assumed that the 6 months will be required, then you have to mention 8 months, 9 months. Because sometimes there may be some technical issue or you can say financial issue will be there, it will require more time to take the permissions and all that. Accordingly, you have to write down the date and duration of the experiment. Type of research involved. In academics, we can write down the basic research or the educational research. Obviously, here we are only going to conduct the basic and educational research. Signature, date, place, Palghar, or we can write down St. John Institute of Research, Pharmacy and Research, Palghar. Name and designation of investigator. If you are a MPhil student or if you are PhD scholar, accordingly you have to write down your designation. Understood? Then this is the section 2. Section first is the general information. From where you are procuring the animals, what is the CCSA registration number of your animal facility, where you are proposed to be kept the animals. And in this part, the detail about our research. What will be the title, protocol, procedure, number of animals required. One by one we will see. The protocol from for research proposals to be submitted to the IAC or CCSA for new experiments or extensions of ongoing experiments with the animals. The question in your mind, why I am reading each and every word? Because most of the time what happens, students are doing copy paste. This year, whatever the protocols are submitted, they will refer that protocol and make as a copy paste. So you have to go through the each and every line of the form, what is given. And according to your study, you have to fill up the form. So what will be the title? Title should be specific. Here, committee is concerned with only animals. Animals and the drugs, how it is to be given, which kind of drug you are going to be used. So it should be specific. Evaluation of antipsychotic activity and anti-inflammatory activity of curcumin and Sapindus mycology, saponin gel formula. So this study I have already conducted in my project. Because of that only I have mentioned the title. Accordingly, we come to know antipsychotic and anti-inflammatory activity of the herbal products is carried out. Here, principal investigator or we can say the research guide, advisor, research scholar. The number of individuals involved in your research, those who are able to handle the animal, one person should be like that. He or she is from the pharmacology department or having an experience of handling them. Suppose chemistry student is there, he is not able to handle the animal. You have to first name, write down your name, who is principal investigator. Second individual will be who is helping to you for the conducting the carrying out the animals. Most of the time, what is in our mind, we are mentioning only the name of our guide and our in the form. But you ensure that your guide or you must know how to handle the animal, how the veterinary care should be taken with the animal, what kind of study you are conducting. Accordingly, you have to decide. You can add 1, 2 or 3 person, 3 or 4, whatever the individuals are involved, that you can write down in that specific list of the individuals involved in the experiment. Whenever only investigator information is asked, you have to write down the investigator information. Whenever list of individuals are asked, you have to write down the list of individuals like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Understood? Then funding source. If it is funded by any organization, okay, or self-funded or funded by the institute, that you can write down the specific funding agency. If any company like Axio Biosolutions or any you can say the pharmaceutical company is sponsoring you, you have to mention the name of that organization specifically. If no funding is to be there, then not applicable. You can write down not applicable. Then duration of the animal experiment. When you are proposed to be start with this Jan, Feb, whatever it will be, that you can write down. And already I told you the date of completion. So every 6 months the animal ethics committee meeting will be there. Institute of Animal Ethics. So if you will give the duration only 6 months, of course after sanctioning your program, and within 6 months it is not carried out, then you have to take again you can submit the protocol and revise permission you have. So best way what you can do, you can write down the duration is 1 year. Understand? Within 1 year you can complete your protocol. If it is not possible to conduct within 1 year, then you have to take the permission for conducting the experiment from the INC. Next one, details of study plan to justify the use of animals. So here in this annexure you have to give the references with the and brief description why you are going to use the animal. So if there is a in vitro study is available, so the committee will suggest you can go for in vitro. Why there is need of use the animal? Understood? For that purpose you have to justify why animal use is necessary, and why you are using only rats, why you are using mice, why you are using rabbit. If ophthalmic study we are going to carry out, myotic activity, obviously we will use the rabbits. If antihistaminic or the histaminic activity we are going to carry out, we will use the guinea pig, because guinea pigs are more sensitive to the histamine. Likewise, you have to justify your number of animals required, so that if 30, 60, whatever will be the numbers you are going to use the animals. Species wise, you have to write. If 30 rats, write down 30 rats. If 30 mice, write down 30 mice. Both are there, 30 mice, 30 rats, 6 rabbits. Likewise, you have to use. Then age, weight and size. Normal body weight you have to mention generally. Generally, we are going to use the normal body weight. Or in few studies like skin reactivity. The animals or the rabbits which are having body weight more than 2 kg, preferably it is. Or in mice, 25 to 30 gram is a normal body weight. In that, 150 to 200 gram is a normal body weight. You must know the normal body weight of it. Pharmacology students, definitely you must know. And other students, if you are proposing for your protocol, you must know the animal physiology, somewhat at least. At least basics you must know about that specific animal you are going to use. Either you are going to use the male or female, that you have to mention. Then numbers to be used, I already told you, according to your protocol, you have to mention the numbers. Number of days animal to be in house, either 6 months, 12 months, according to you have to mention. Proper source of animals that already we have mentioned in the part first. Same you have to mention. Don't make mistake. Sometimes what happens, previously we have procured from previous year students procured from another organization, and what we do, we can in part 1 the another source is there, in part 2 by mistakenly the another source is there. The source should be same. So this kind of mistakes we found whenever we will go through the protocols. Rationale for the animal usage, you have to mention why we are going to do this preclinical activity. It is novel formulation, what is your concept, why there is need of animals, that everything you have to mention. If you will go through this, I have given the why the screening of antipsychotic activity with the curcumin and saponin steroid on that specific animal species. Why are the particular species selected? That is also your mention. Because given species are more sensitive to the antipsychotic activity. Like antihistamine, you will use the guinea pig. So guinea pig is more sensitive to the histamine. Mydriatic marty, size of the rabbit eye is larger as compared to the mice, and that because of that we are going to use the rabbits. Likewise, you have to mention why is the estimated number of animals are essential. So for biostatics, or the we have to whatever after the completion of our research, what we are going to do statistical analysis. Either our study is significant or not. For that purpose, number of animals are minimum number of animals to be mentioned in one group, 4 animals or 6 animals. So that is the justification you have to obtain results which are statistically significant. Double number of animals are required. Understood? Then are similar experiments conducted in the past in your establishment? If previous year student have conducted the analgesic activity, obviously you have to write down the yes. It was did and mention if yes justify why a new experiment is required. The previous synthesized product was different. This year's synthesized product is a different. That you have to justify. Why you are carrying out a repetition of the same model in your organization or institute, that you have to justify. Understood? Then have similar experiments been conducted by any other organization in the same or other in your models? If yes, enclose the references. We know we are going to the review of literature. In that it is mentioned the same study of curcumin like drugs are used as antipsychotic. You have to mention the references. You have to give the brief description. This kind of study was carried out while the following references are there. References 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. At least 4 or 5 references you have to write. Because we are not innovating the model. We are not innovating the procedure. Whatever the review of literature procedure is there, we are following same procedure, only the molecule is different or the test substance is different. Accordingly, you have to write down this. If it is not mentioned, then you can write down no. Describe the procedures in detail. Every procedure you have to describe in detail. Means, suppose you want to find out the biochemical parameters by withdrawing the blood. So, quantity of blood, maximum quantity, it is given in the CCSA guidelines. Maximum quantity of the from animal which is to be taken. So, 10% of the blood volume of the animal we can taken out, and we will find out the hematological parameters of the biochemical parameters like serum, triglyceride, blood glucose level, cholesterol, HCG, HGO, whatever. And which procedure you are going to use? Either tail vein or heart puncture, cardiac puncture, or retroorbital sinus, retroorbital plexus. In your BPharm, the methods of blood collection are given in your syllabus. Please go through. So accordingly, which method you are going to use? You will don't write down blindly. Retroorbital plexus you will write, and no one knows how it is to be carried out blood with the retroorbital sinus. So whatever method you know, or the individuals involved in your protocol, that method you have to mention in the form. Details of injection schedule substances. If you are giving any injectables, so that also you have to mention. Another point is that blood collection, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour. In OGTT, oral glucose tolerance test, we are going to carry it out in a specific time period. Blood withdrawal is to be there, and we will find out the blood glucose level. Likewise, you have to mention the time points, by which time points we are going to withdraw the blood. Here it is mentioned the volumes should be decided. 10% of the total volume in rats is total is a 10 to 13 ml. So we have to take at maximum 1 to 1.3 ml. Accordingly, we have to decide the blood withdrawal, and that you have to mention in the, according to the guidelines, you have to mention the volume which is to be carried out from that specific animals, volume of the blood. Biochemical test, which method you are going to use? After blood collection, you are going to use which instrument? Everything you have to mention in the protocol. Any surgery is to be there. We are going to carry out, you can say, any activity like if there is an incision or excision, wound healing activity you are going to carry out. So we have to first produce the wound, and then we have to do the drug, and we will do the incision or the excision. So animal survival is expected, and during incision we have to anesthetize the animal. We can use directly that animal, or if any procedure, sometimes there will be requirement of the use of the anesthetic, and we need a survival of the animal also for further study. So that you have to mention. Is there will survival surgery be done if as the following to be considered? Agar hai to that time you have to mention this all these things. Does the protocol prohibit the use of anesthetic or analgesic for the conduct of painful procedures? We are going to use any anesthetic agent or the any analgesic agent to avoid the pain in the animals. That you have to mention in detail. So what will be the methods? Which person are handling the animal? जैसे हम किसी suppose in our campus there is any medical college, so we can ask to any surgeon from that to make the incision or the to give the stitches to the animal, or any veterinary. We are appointed the veterinary. We can give the name of veterinary if he is having good experience for the stitching or the for the surgery of the animal. So that individual name you have to mention in the family protocol. So after post experimentation procedures, what will be the description you have to use? Reuse of the animal. If you want to reuse after washout period, write down the use. If you don't want to reuse, you have to sacrifice the animal. At the end of study, there will be no reuse of the animals. Rehabilitation. If you want to keep the animal after your study, or you will donate to the any other organization, you will transfer to the any other organization, that you have to mention in that rehabilitation. Describe a method of euthanasia. Means painless killing. Euthanasia means painless killing. Either you are going to use the decapitation method, cut down directly, or you are going to use the you can say gaseous method for the sacrification of the animals, or you are going to use the higher dose of the anesthetics for sacrification of animals. Everything you have to mention in the euthanasia. Specific method you have to mention, and why you are using that method. That justification you must know whenever you will present your protocol or the form B in front of the institutional animal medicine. Or these are the experts. What we think whenever we will submit any form B application. So in our mind, students mind, what is going on? This is very difficult to submit. How we can present? The committee members will ask the different questions. How we can face that questions? How we can do that? So this is not that. They are really they are for only helping to us. Because once it is clarified, whatever the basic concept, whatever will be the procedures, there will be no issue in the future. So fear in our mind, and the first student faced the IIC, he came out and he told, बहुत पूछ रहे, कुछ भी पूछ रहे, वैसा कुछ भी नहीं है, like that. They are making fear in our mind. This is not like that. They are only helping to us, reducing the cost, reuse of the animals, accurate procedures, everything is given by them. Then next one is a describe animal transportation methods with extra institutional transport is you can say that NMSA means if you are procuring animals, so there is transportation is required. So you have to provide the AC vehicle for procurement of them. During the transportation, if 4 or 5 days are required, you have to change the packing bus. Okay, the bed where we will keep the animal in the mice cages, that should be changed. You have to provide the water and food to the animals during transportation. There should not be noise. Understood? Every care should be taken. Because of that, this point is clear. Use of any hazardous agent, like we are going to use the streptozotocin or the alexan, which are responsible to produce cancer. These are antibiotics, no doubt, anti-cancer agent, but they may produce the cancer. So handling of that hazardous substances will be problem. So that you have to mention here, which are going to be used. Any radionuclides you are going to use, that you have to mention. Microorganisms or biological infection, any fungal, antifungal activity, fungal activity you are going to carry. That may harmful to us also. So handling with care, everything should be mentioned. Then any recombinant DNA technology you are going to use. If you are going to use, you have to explain that. Any other hazardous chemicals, that also you have to mention the name of the and most of the drug and why it is needed. Finally, this is the certification. I certify that I will submit appropriate certification of review of concurrence for studies mentioned in the point 14. Means biosafety hazards है तो whatever that specific committee, biosafety committee, their approval you have to submit. Then I shall maintain all the records as per format D. Format D, the records are there. Whatever the animals you are using, or from initiation of the study, the end of the study, everything you have to maintain. Everything is there are different forms. Procurement of animals, when you have procured, what is the duration of study, end of the study, name of the drugs, that you have to mention in that specific forms. I certify that I will not initiate the study before approval. अभी कर लेते बाद में approval लेंगे, ये नहीं चलेगा. This is not allowed anywhere. Understood? Then I certify that I will ensure the rehabilitation policies are adopted whenever it is. If it is needed, I will do as per the norm. This is from yourself, those who are applying in the form. And then the final certificate is given to you. This is to certify that the project proposal number, what will be the even submission, after that the proposal number is given, number will be there, submitted by your name, then has been approved by the IAEC. Meeting held, the date of the meeting, and the number of animals sanctioned in the meeting, that will be mentioned after your protocol sanctioning, and the authorized persons are chairman, member, secretary, main nominee of CCCA, their name, signature and date will be. So thank you all of you. This is regarding the application of the form for CCCA.